friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. Today is the day, my friends. Today is the day we are going to share the haul of supplies that I have picked up for our 12 Days of Christmas in July series. Now, I don't have an exact starting date just yet, but we're getting closer, and I will update you when I know exactly when we're going to get rolling. I will have to pull out my big calendar with the Post-it notes and plug in all of these projects with their collection, and then I can give you guys an update. But before then, I decided I would make sure to share with you the haul in case you're working along with me on some of these projects. Now, I really would have liked to have had this go out a week earlier, but we did spend some time in Kansas with the Army Son, so everything got shifted just a little bit. So hopefully that won't cause you too much inconvenience, and if you're going to work along with me, you'll get your supplies in plenty of time. Now, I do have a combination of some paper pads, some 12 by 12s, and smaller paper pads, as well as stickers. So I'll just walk you through some of these collections, and you can see kind of the vibe I have for this year is going to be a little bit more whimsical and lighthearted, and so I think these collections will work perfectly for that. First thing I have to share is the Mittens and Mistletoe from Crate Paper. I decided to go for the 6x8 paper pad for this one, and I also elected to pick up the 12 by 12 cut aparts, and you'll see why in just a minute. So this collection actually is really sweet, has some foiling, a lot of nice patterns that are not too busy. These are going to be very nice and layerable, and so I'm looking forward to working with this. I did decide to get that cut apart sheet because there are images here that are not in the 6x8 paper pad, and so I also like the scale of these for focal images a little bit better. You're still going to get some of the images in here, but they're typically a little bit smaller. So I wanted to work with these in a larger scale. Now we're on to this Evergreen and Holly from Vicki Boutin. She is kind of new to me. I've only recently been picking up some of her supplies over the last couple years, and I have really loved all of the things that I picked up. Once again, we're in the 6x8 paper pad, and I just find these pretty useful for some of the larger projects where you're going to be doing full pages of things, and so some of the larger scale prints will work really well for this, but they're not the 12 by 12 size. So I think this is a good middle ground between the 6x6 and the 12 by 12. This is actually really very beautiful, and this paper pad is double-sided, so you're going to get some additional options, and this one I think is my favorite. This kind of a diagonal plaid is so pretty because it has the pink in there as well, and that's kind of my lighter, fresher vibe for this year. There's a couple of full page kind of journal cut aparts, and so we'll see how we go with those. But this is really pretty. It has some mostly traditional colors along with the more brighter colors like the pinks and the light green. So this is going to be pretty. And once again, I did pick up the 12 by 12 of the cut aparts for this, and they have the beautiful tags with images, and then on the back as well some other tags. These are perfect for journaling, so if you don't like the front, you can definitely utilize the back. And here's that pattern again. You really love that. Okay, next up I have Holidays. This is another collection from Simple Stories. It is not the current collection, but it is still available through scrapbook.com. That's where I got these single sheets. I did have my sticker sheet left over from last year, so I'm just going to bring that into this series and then add my pattern papers to it. And this is just really sweet, kind of whimsical, brighter. It's got pinks and mints and some really sweet florals, and the images are too precious. So let me just show you that sticker sheet. This is what I had left over. There's plenty of images here to work with, so I think that will be a great way to extend the life of a collection that I had previously. So I have also picked up Mix and Mingle. This is so precious, and I also got some of the foam stickers that coordinate with it. And I plan to work with one project per collection, but I have 2 ideas for this one. So maybe we'll see a repeat of this one throughout the series. And so that's why I was okay to pick up these larger stickers as well. If you hear that cat in the background, it's usually Lily, but this time Tinker has come down to make his appearance. So everybody say hi to Tinker in the comment section because he's being very brave to come downstairs. He usually does not. Okay, Mix and Mingle, super cute, very retro inspired, and the images are precious. This is another collection that has non-traditional colors. So you've got mints and you've got pinks. And so some of these images like this one have the little dogs on them, which are so precious. I'm really looking forward to this one. I originally had thought I would use this for my traveler's notebooks, but remember last Christmas, everyone came down with the flu. So we didn't really do any of the things that I had hoped to get pictures of. And so this one is just carrying over into our series. So we're back into Simple Stories again. This time we have the Simple Vintage Christmas Lodge. And this is just as many beautiful plaids and florals. I absolutely love every single bit of this collection. I opted again to get the 6x8 patterns just so I can shrink them down a little bit better for maybe card making. There's a hodgepodge of different supplies here just so that I would have a lot to work with. I've got my foam stickers and then the woodland bits, so the little ephemera pieces, and then the sticker sheet as well. So there's a lot of different elements that I can add to them, and some of them are flat like these stickers. I can put them inside a folio and not worry about adding a lot of bulk. So this one is more leaning toward the traditional theme. I've got PhotoPlay paper now, and I did work with North Pole Trading Company last year. I really loved that collection, but I wanted to see it in the smaller scale. So I picked up the 6x6 paper pad for this. Now, this is really kind of a unique paper pad because it has some solids in here on the back. So if you want to coordinate some of your solid borders, I think that would be a way to use up this full paper pad and not have any leftovers for your scrap bin. This is just another beautiful traditional color, but they're a little bit more whimsical, and so this will be fun. And then here is the sticker sheet I had left over. Lots of images here to work with. Some of them might be a little too large for the type of projects I make. I don't typically make full-size layouts, so these are going to be probably not something I can use, but the rest of it has a lot of potential, and so I'm looking forward to working with this again this year. Okay, Simple Stories again. This time it's Baking Spirits Bright. Now, I had this on my radar for the last series. However, I did have too many other different collections that I had picked out, so in the spirit of you can't have it all, I kind of deferred that to this year, and I'm really excited to work with this. There have been a lot of people giving me great feedback when I asked what type of projects you would like to see this year, and a recipe or a folio that would be a planner came up several times. So I'm looking forward to working with this. Now, I don't bake anymore. I used to a lot, but my kids are grown and they don't live locally, and I don't really have anyone to bake for. So I didn't really have this in my sites last year, but for sure I'm going to use it this year. I did get those foam stickers. There are the bits and pieces, so all those little ephemeras, the sticker sheet, and then many of the patterns. I didn't get all of them. I didn't see it as a collection at the time when I ordered, but I was able to pick up single sheets. And so I just kind of elected to narrow in on the ones that I really liked, including the tags for the images. And some of these are either going to be a great full-size pattern, so it could be a larger pattern, or a layering pattern on the back. So I think this would be perfect for that. Some of them, once again, are going into those mints and pinks. And so look how cute those houses are. I just love it. Okay, so that is Baking Spirits Bright. And all of these are still available from scrapbook.com. Now I've got a couple of full collections that I picked up because I wanted to have the variety of pages as well as that sticker sheet. This is winter. I didn't take it out of the package, but it does have a combination of beautiful blues. I love blue for Christmas, specifically ones that could be also winter themed, because in Michigan, our winter, our cold season extends well past the holidays. So I get a lot more mileage out of a winter theme rather than a Christmas one. And this also gives me the opportunity to throw in some more of the non-traditional kind of colors, like the blues for flowers and blue cardstock. So this is going to extend the use of some of the supplies that I already have on hand. And like the rest of the collections, you're going to get the sticker sheet. There's many cut aparts. This one's from Echo Park, and so I really love their quality. And then a combination of some geometrics along with just some fun whimsical images. The Hearth and Holiday collection was another one that I passed over last year, but I did make sure to get it this time. Now, these are going to be a little bit more young at heart. The images are not quite traditional, but the colors are. So if you like that palette, I think you would really enjoy this one. There's a lot of cut aparts to simple stories. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. If you don't like the pattern on the other side, you're kind of limited in how much use you can get out of it. But I really love this whole kind of warm and woodsy collection. I did get the chipboard stickers as well. So this is going to be perfect for larger, more involved, like mini albums or flip books, because I have a lot to work with. So this is probably going to be used as an album or a flip book. I did pick up the Simple Stories Rustic Christmas sticker sheet. And this is not one that is from a new collection, but it was still available because I thought it would work well with this Mistletoe Lodge paper pad. If you remember in my previous haul video, I did get this from Hobby Lobby. And so I think that this is a really nice combination. The colors all complement each other. And it's kind of the same kind of outdoorsy lodge vibe. And so I think that will be a nice way to get some images to work with in this collection. This is absolutely stunning paper. It is single-sided, but it's really thick, and it has sort of a linen-y quality to it. So it's going to have the feel of a really good quality paper, but be a little bit more easy to work with because it isn't quite as thick. So this has a lot of plaids in it and nature-inspired pictures like those wood grain with the pine cones on it. And so I think this, even though they don't go together as a collection, they coordinate well. So I can get some additional images and stuff to use. This paper pad did not have any cut aparts, so I will be using this sticker sheet with it. The final paper pad was one that I showed in the previous haul again. This one was from Hobby Lobby. This one is very sweet and young at heart. I planned to use this with my full-size images here because it has a white background. I can clip those out and use those as ephemera. So I think these would be perfect for some sweet and simple cards, something where you're going to layer up the patterns but not add a lot of bulk and volume, so they're more mailable and a little bit easier to put together. So this one is going to be for a sweet and simple project. And this, once again, is single-sided paper. Not quite as thick as the previous paper pad, but I think for cards it will be perfect. And this is really bright and cheery, mostly traditional, but the images are very sweet and whimsical. This is my wild card collection. I have this in my stash. It is not a current collection, but it is still available from scrapbook.com. I have my projects planned out pretty much for those other collections, and then I would be up to 11. This could be the 12th project, or I could double dip into the other collection like I mentioned earlier. So if I don't make two projects out of one of the other ones, I'll fill in with this one. A Cozy Christmas is really sweet. This was one from last year and I have a ton left over, so I think it would be a good use for that. Stash paper, if it inspires you to create, you can still get a hold of it. And this one is another Echo Park collection. To round out my haul, these couple last items are not Christmas, but I did pick them up in the same order, so I just thought I would share them. It's been a while since there has been a collection that I really had to have. I think my tastes are changing, or I'm just working more with my digital prints, so I'm not finding the need to go out and look for new collections as much as I used to, but these really caught my eye. I love bees, and these colors are so pretty. This is Echo Park Be Happy, combination of geometrics with florals and then the sweet little bee images. You get the sticker sheet in many cut aparts, so I think this will be a really great way to create some mini albums because there's a lot left to work with, and this is just so perfect for summer with those bees, so I think this will be perfect for that. So next up I have this Wildflower collection from Simple Stories. These florals are stunning, the geometrics are perfect, a really unique combination for the color palette with yellows and pinks, and some of the plaids are a little bit larger, so I think that will be fun to work with for bigger pages. Plenty of cut aparts to work with in the different sizes as well. Simple Stories does those little 2x2 squares, which are perfect for sweet and simple cards, and then of course you get that sticker sheet. Some of these are a little bit outside my comfort zone, but I'm sure I can find enough to work with here to make some beautiful projects. So last but not least, I did pick up a variety of colors of these We Are Memory Keeper eyelets. I do like to add these to my tags, and so I just wanted to refill the stash that I already have, but was running a little bit low, and unfortunately I didn't find all the colors I wanted, but this is a good start, and then I can just keep my eye out for more. And once we are working with some of those Christmas collections that have pink, I think I'll definitely be able to get some use out of these for our Christmas in July series coming up soon. Now, when I know more about the schedule, I'll definitely let you know. If you're planning to work along with me, I think it would be good to have some ideas out before we get started. And if you're interested in possibly a flower making tutorial for the holiday flowers, you can let me know in the comments. I definitely will do that because I try to work a little ahead for some of the embellishments, and that helps during the crunch time of getting all of those videos put out very quickly, is having some of the arrangements prepared in advance. So if you're interested in seeing how I create the flowers and the arrangements that will go with them, just let me know in the comments. You can find links for our socials in the description below. If you're not already, I would love for you to subscribe. And as always, I'm wishing you a happy and productive day, and I thank you so much for watching. Bye.